Good evening and good night, everyone. This is update for March 16, 2022, day 21 of the war, end of the day. First of all, we would like to say extreme gratitude to our subscriber. We really appreciate your support. Now let's move to our usual business, and let's start with the unit count. What we know that we identified another unit is it's 18 Russian 18 brigade. We unfortunately don't know where it's fighting. And let's start now. Let's move to moving our clockwise fashion as we always do, and we'll start with Kyiv situation. So let's look actually closely. We're mostly gonna look on the western side of Kyiv, because on the east there's no developments here. So on the western side, what happens is that Russian forces, specifically 106 Airborne Division and 76 Airborne Division, they managed to capture small bridgeheads. The more northern one is in a village called Guta-Mezhyhirska, and the more towards south, it's in the village of Moshchun. At this point, based on our understanding of situation, it's not about expanding these bridgeheads, but more about holding them. But we don't know for sure. All we know that there are those bridgeheads on their eastern side of Irpin River. And that's continues to be major axis of the Russian attack towards Kyiv. However, the more sort of strategic direction is to actually encircle Kyiv by, as you can see, going south and then turning southeast and then east. So this gray arrows kind of show, the planned axis of attack. That's kind of like ideal case what Russian forces would like to do around Kyiv. They far from that, and as we discussed before, the biggest problem here is the 14th Brigade that still holds Makariv. There's ongoing fighting there, and that kind of creates a problem for Russian forces, because it's kind of like, as you can see, appendix here, and it's a very unstable appendix. And this black line here is the road that they are using. That's very narrow road, extremely narrow, surrounded in the woods. It's kind of like not the best road, and especially it's unsafe because from a perspective, Ukrainian militia can always attack them. So so they really need this juncture here in the village of Kalinivka. And for that, they need to capture this main road that passes through Makariv. So for that reason, because they haven't managed to capture it, and probably there's just simply not enough troops at this point to do that, they focused on the attacks from the north-western direction. So that for that reason, they decided to capture these bridgeheads here. That's it for today for Kyiv. Let's just move to the other areas. Around Kharkiv, there is just positional fighting, nothing major here. Where there is big fight is going on and brewing is this town of Izum that we looked, and also town of Balakleya. So far Russian troops, they tried to attack Izum. They were not successful, so they're trying to breach Ukrainian lines in Balakleya. So basically, as we discussed before, the whole idea is to bridge Ukrainian lines somewhere here, and then move south and encircle, create a huge pocket here for Ukrainian troops. By the way, we actually identified here another unit. It's a 6th Tank Brigade. It's actually part of the 47th Tank Division. That division was formed just in February of 2022. So it's very unclear if it's even coherent unit. So we believe that technically this brigade belongs to this division, part of it, but we believe that this unit is acting on fighting on its own without actually, not as a coherent unit. But we included here just so we understand it part of. And then there's also 37th Russian brigade that's fighting here. Then Russian troops keep pressure by attacking Severodonetsk and Popasna, just to keep this Ukrainian forces here busy, so that they cannot move reinforcements back here to help 81st Airborne Brigade. There's also Russian attacks around Donetsk, south and north of Donetsk, again for the same reason, to keep Ukrainian troops here busy so that they cannot reinforce their forces here near Izium. Ukrainian troops moved a little bit further north of Volnovakha. That's they about 10 kilometers now north of Volnovakha. With it's very the scale of this map is not perfect to show that, so we kind of kept this lines the same position, but if actually this moved about 10 kilometers north of Volnovakha. Around Mariupol, the situation is difficult for Ukrainian forces. Russian troops continue their slow progress in attempt to capture Mariupol. The fighting is extremely fierce, and we found out that I think 2 days ago, commander of the 150th Division was killed in action in the street fighting by Azov regiment. So it just the significance of this is just it shows how fierce the fighting is. And the same true actually for Azov. We believe that the commander of one of their battalion was killed also in action in Mariupol. So when you see senior commanders getting killed in action, it really means that this is some kind of climax, some kind of critical point that's going on here in defenses of this town. There's nothing going on here in the south and kind of southwestern. It's kind of quiet around Mykolaiv. I mean, there were attempts, small attempts by Ukrainian forces to push back Russian forces and even try to attack towards Kherson, but it wasn't like true full-scale attack. It was just kind of tactical move here, so it's not really worth discussing. And then there is a preparation going on for potential Russian landing in Odessa, and Ukrainian 28th Brigade is prepared to defend Odessa. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.